First up, we got Cory Kester from Oklahoma. His comedy experience is the renowned Bajaja Club, and I think we're gonna get a little walk-up song right now. Give it up for Cory.
All right, how's everyone doing tonight? Having a good time so far? Fantastic. Let's give it up for Allie, legendary, Thomas, putting this all together for us. Let's have a good time. If you haven't been to any of our others that we've had throughout the year, and this is your first time, thank you for coming out. If you've been following us, thanks for giving us the trust to let us do it again. But I do want to start off by just letting you know, one of the things I love about my cock ring is how my wife gets to use as a pinky ring whenever I'm not using it. Now, I want to let you know my set is not cock ring centric, but I think it's important to kind of get a vibe of the audience and know, like, this is some of what you're going to be seeing tonight, and if that made you uncomfortable, you're in for some interesting emotions throughout the night. Also, I want to know that I've said cock ring more times on this stage than anyone else, and right now I'm at 3, which I think is a record. But, you know, want to make sure.
One more time.
Cock ring. All right, there we go. Get us started. Okay, so what I actually want to talk tonight about is getting older, right? I'm getting older, and things change. As you're getting older, views change, and when you think back to when you were young, let me explain. If you guys saw the flyer that was put together, above my name was a picture of me dressed as Boy George in 3rd grade for Halloween. That was in the yearbook. That did not bode well for me in a southern school at that time, while I was also taking jazz, tap, and ballet. They weren't kind, and I used to always hate that picture. But as I'm getting older, I realized that was the second choice for my costume that year, I swear to God. And my mother wouldn't let me do the first choice, which would have also been in the yearbook, and that would have been Michael Jackson. So that would have been me in 3rd grade in my yearbook in blackface. So now I look back at that picture of Boy George and say, that wasn't so bad. That was okay. But, you know, a little karma chameleon, if you will. But, right? Yeah. Hey, I'm going to reference another old song here. Okay, so you also start to look back at things, and things that meant something to you in a certain way change. And I'll explain that. The other day, I started earlier this week, I was printing up labels, right? My wife and I do a few things in town, we have to print up labels. If you've ever printed up labels, you know that half the time it comes out wrong, right? It's not on the sticky side, it's whatever. But then I started thinking of these labels, like the one that you want to show people is kind of the face. That's the face that you want to show. And the other side of it, that's nothing, that's just ass. So now whenever I'm printing labels, I'm standing next to a printer saying, face down, ass up. That's the way we like to print labels to save on expensive printing materials. And that is not what the younger me thought of that song. And if you get that reference, I just have you know, I also feel like Tipper Gore would be very upset with me because she tried to have 2 Live Crew band. Again, you start thinking about different things. But you also start thinking about how you think. And I mentioned this before, but I'm worried about dementia, right? I am getting to that age where I'm forgetting some things, forgetting names. But I also realize people wouldn't know if I had dementia because of how I already talk. And I'll give an example. My wife and I kind of inherited a DVD player some months back, and she said, hey, we need to get some DVDs. And my immediate response was, have we listened to Andre 3000's Flute album from 2023 that was nominated for 3 Grammys? That is not the right answer to that question. But here's what happened in my head. She said DVDs. I thought of, there's a little thrift store in Los Barriles that has the complete series of Ally McBeal in Japanese subtitles. Which, on a side note, someone had to care enough about that to bring it to Baja, California, sir, and then say, I've watched it enough times and leave it at that thrift store. But anyway, she said DVDs. I thought Ally McBeal in Japanese subtitles. I thought, hey, Lucy Liu was in Ally McBeal. Hey, she was called out in Outkast's Hey Ya, Lucy, all my Beyoncé's and Lucy Liu's, right? And then I've never listened to his flute album. But that's just what my answer was. I did not explain that to her. She responded, she loves me, she's used to it, and she just said, no, we have not listened to that album, but should we get some DVDs or not? And I just feel like already being that way, people aren't gonna know when the brain starts to go too far. That's just how I am. But also getting older. I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm looking older. My wife still looks like she's in her 20s. She's gorgeous, she's so cute, but we have on more than one occasion been mistaken for father and daughter. When it happened at customs, I just thought, well, you're an idiot because you can see both of our IDs and know how old we each are. When it happened at Disney, and we were on vacation with her mom, and the photographer that stood in the middle of the street taking family photos said, let's get one of mom and dad behind their little girl. Now, here's the thing. I let it happen. It's not worth arguing with the guy at Disney. You just stand there, you get the picture taken. We did not buy that picture. And we do not have daddy role play in the bedroom, in part because of that. Yeah. But you learn to let it go. You learn to hold your tongue. You learn to keep your thoughts to yourself sometimes. There was a couple that she and I know, we were hanging out with, and they were introducing us to another couple for the first time. And within a few minutes, I don't know why, the conversation was going towards the stray dogs in La Ventana having STDs. It wasn't me talking about it, but someone said that. And my immediate thought was, well, that's why I use condoms every time I fuck a stray dog in La Ventana. Which I think is quite witty. We're just off the cuff. But I had to stop, because I'm like, these people have known me for 3 or 4 minutes. I don't want them to be walking away being like, that's the guy that fucks stray dogs with condoms. Because that's all they'd know me for. So you learn to hold your tongue. And you start thinking about the future, right? You think about like, hey, what is people gonna think about me later? But you also think about overall future. You think about your own mortality. You think about death. And you realize, I do, if you're sleeping next to someone, they can just kill you in your sleep if they've put forth any kind of preparation. I have been sleeping next to my wife for more than 12 years, and I'm still here. Which I think is pretty cool. You think, if that's how you're gonna go, it's not. She loves you, it's not gonna happen. I think that's a pretty interesting thing to think about. But when you bring it up at family dinner, that if I wanted to kill my wife, she'd already fucking be dead. Now I've ruined Christmas dinner and I can't have any more wine. Which I don't think is fair. But like I said, the reverse is true too, okay? Like I started with, she could take me out anytime she wanted. So I try to make her laugh whenever I can, bring her a little bit of joy whenever I can. And I just want to let you know that's what we're here for you tonight to do. I hope we do that. Thank you for coming out and getting that opportunity. And I hope you really enjoy the show. Thank you so much, guys.